Yes, guys. Yes, people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to another episode of Premier League Predictions, episode number 7. And as you know, today is Friday, so you know what that means it's time for me to predict this weekend's Premier League predictions. And there's so many good games, but the game of the weekend is on tomorrow night, 5:30 p.m. at the White Hart Lane. Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool. Like I said last week, both Arsenal and Tottenham remain unbeaten, and we know how that went 2-2. And now it's going to be the same thing. Tottenham are unbeaten, and Liverpool the exact same thing. But will we see one of those two teams not end their unbeaten record? Will it be Tottenham or will it be Liverpool? That's the game I'm definitely looking forward to, and that will be the live watch along for it, and also on Monday as well for the Chelsea West Fulham game taking place at Haven Cottage. So don't forget that tomorrow Tottenham Liverpool, then on Monday night Fulham versus Chelsea. Those are the only two live streams that I'll be doing for this weekend. So make sure you guys check that out. And once again, I'm not quite sure why the Tottenham Liverpool game is not being kicked off on a Sunday at 4:30 p.m. because like Sundays at 4:30 p.m. should be big games. You know, whether it's the London Derby, the Manchester Derby, the North London Derby, those games should be kicking off every Sunday at 4:30 p.m. So I don't know why the Tottenham Liverpool game is on a Saturday, which doesn't make any sense. It just don't. But yeah, that's the game I'll be doing, and also the Fulham Chelsea game. So yeah, before we get started with my predictions, if you guys haven't already, make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're new. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit the bell notification so they never miss another YouTube content. And also click the share button so that everyone is welcome to watch this video and give their predictions in the comments down below. So if you guys can do that for me, then that would be great. So thank you guys for doing those. So make sure you do those 4 things for me. So without further ado, let's kick on with my predictions for this weekend. All right. So first of all, we have the lunchtime kickoff tomorrow, and it's Aston Villa versus Brighton. Now, of course, these two teams have lost their opening game in the Europa League. Um, Aston Villa lost against those teams in Poland, which I cannot remember and I cannot pronounce. They lost 3-2. And for Brighton, they've lost 3-2 as well to AEK Athens at their ground. So yeah, both teams losing the opening day, and also both teams, Aston Villa and Brighton, are out of the Carabao Cup since Everton beat them 2-1 and Chelsea beat them 1-0. So it's not looking good for both Brighton and Aston Villa for the last couple of weeks. So yeah, and now they'll be facing each other. So both teams are looking to bounce back after they lost. So in Europe and in the Carabao Cup. So yeah, there we go. Now, of course, last season it was a really good game. It ended 2-1 to Aston Villa, and Brighton just dominated them. You know, and I read a stat here that says Brighton has more has. No, I just saw a stat here that I like to read down. Let me just have a quick look. They said something about us. Yeah, Brighton scored the most goals per match in the Premier League. So yeah, it looks like Brighton are scoring more goals than Erling Haaland than any other team right now, which is not bad. It really isn't. So there we go, and they beat Bournemouth as well. But Aston Villa, they also beat Chelsea as well. So in the league, you know, they beat Chelsea, they've won. But in the Carabao Cup, they lost. So this should be a really good game. 12:30 p.m. kickoff. We're going to be watching that game. And yeah, for this game tomorrow, since this game is at Villa Park, I wanted to go for Brighton win, but but I don't. But many teams go to Villa Park and they don't tend to do well. You know, they always lose. So for this game tomorrow, I was thinking 1-0 Villa, but but they usually score goals. So I think Brighton will dominate them and cause them problems. But I think since this game is at Villa Park, I'm going to go for a slight 2-1 Villa win. The Brighton goal scorer is going to be Ferguson, and the Villa goal scorer is going to be Leon Bailey, sorry, DRB, and also Ollie Watkins. So those are going to be the two goal scorers for that game tomorrow. It's going to be a very tight game because I'm just going for Brighton win a probably 3-1 or Villa win a 3-1 or probably 1-0 to either of them. But I don't think both teams will keep a clean sheet for this game. So that's what I'm going to go for. And that's Villa win of 2-1. Since this game is at Villa Park and it's going to be a difficult place to go to, especially since they do well under Uma Emery at Villa Park in Birmingham. So yeah, 2-1 to Villa is going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow at lunchtime. And that game will be on TNT Sports 1. So make sure you guys tune into that one if you're in the UK, of course. So yeah, 2-1 to Villa. Going to be watching that game. Should be a good game to watch. Now we move on into the 3 p.m. kickoffs, and the first one is Bournemouth against Arsenal. Now both teams didn't win their game. Bournemouth lost 3-1 away from home in the South Coast against Brighton, whereas for Arsenal they've drawn 2-2 against against Tottenham. And it looks like they're having 6 injuries for the Bournemouth game. Bukayo Saka, Declan Rice, Justin Timber, who else? Leandro Trossard, um, Gabriel Martinelli, and I forgot who else. Did I say Thomas Partey? I think I did. Yeah, Thomas Partey. So those are 6 key players that they're missing, you know, and that is not good. And you can see that when Declan Rice came off, that second half from Arsenal wasn't that great. I have to tell you, yeah, I think if Arsenal would have taken those chances, it would have been a totally different conversation because I went 3-1, and but obviously that didn't happen. But you know, the thing is about that game is that when us when Tottenham lose the ball a couple of times, they didn't punish them. When Arsenal lose the ball, if you look at the second goal when Jorginho loses the ball, they punish them. So that's why for me Arsenal were lucky to not to lose that game because I have to tell you, Tottenham, I have to give them credit because I gave them no chance. But I did say in the title, can Tottenham to get a result against Arsenal? And they did a draw. Of course, they didn't win, but a 2-2 draw is a fair result because in both halves, I say Arsenal were good in the first half and Tottenham were good in the second half. So I feel like a 2-2 result is fair. So yeah, of course, the reason why I went for an Arsenal win is because yes, they're both unbeaten, but Tottenham don't tend to do at the Emirates, and that's why I have to tell you this. I feel like the North London derby is so much better than the Manchester derby because I had so much debate thinking which derby is better. I think the North London derby is better because that game was absolutely fun to watch and it was really good to watch. And I told you guys last Sunday that I prefer watching the North London derby than my team because this proves it. Chelsea lost. That game ended in 2-2 draw. And it was entertaining to watch. So you know what? I think the North London derby is the is a is the best derby ever in the Premier League. I have to tell you this right now because I can't remember the last time, yeah, that game, that North London derby ever had a nil-nil draw or going in no draw. There's been bare goals from both teams. I remember the Manchester derby, it was nil-nil. You know, the Liverpool Manchester game, nil-nil. The London derby, Chelsea Arsenal nil-nil. Tottenham Chelsea nil-nil. Merseyside derby nil-nil. There's never been that in the North London derby. So you know what? Arsenal and Tottenham fans, as a Chelsea fan, as for a neutral fan, I have to tell you this: the North London derby is the best derby I will ever see. It's the best derby ever in the Premier League. So yeah, that's why I'm looking to the one at White Hart Lane because boy, oh boy, the atmosphere there is going to be absolutely electric, especially the Tottenham fans. So I'm looking forward to that one. But yeah, I did enjoy that. Arsenal fans, were disappointed because they felt like a loss instead of like a draw persist. But yeah, but for this game, they need to go out there and bounce back because Bournemouth are not good. You know, they were. You know, the only good game is the game against Chelsea. Um, did Bournemouth win their game this season? I can't remember. Let me just have a look. Let me have a quick look. Did Bournemouth win their game this season? Let me have a look at the table. Sorry. Yeah, Bournemouth haven't. Yeah, they haven't. So, yeah, they're looking to stun Arsenal by getting their first one of the season, but I don't think it'll happen. Let's not forget when these two Town the last season, it was 3-0 to the Gunners. And let's not forget, Arsenal kept a clean, always keep clean sheets away from home. Look at the Brentford game. 1-0 kept another clean sheet. So why is it that Arsenal do well away from home, but at the Emirates, they do shockingly and they don't win and they don't pick up any points? So this is where Arsenal need to, if they want to at least challenge for a title, perhaps win it, they need to improve at the Emirates. They really need to do because it looks like these players are just not playing for the fans because there's more Arsenal fans at the Emirates Stadium. There's away fans, so they always like saying Arsenal. They always want to support the players, but they not give them results. So this is why I don't get it. But yeah, but this game, even though Arsenal got key player injuries, those players are still good enough to beat Bournemouth. If they lose that game, then boy, is Arsenal going to be challenging for the title? Because I did say, yeah, since Arsenal won the Community Shield, is that going to affect their season? Is it going to make them worse than they did last season? We should wait to see. But listen, I still think Arsenal will challenge. They still remain unbeaten. But imagine they lose against Bournemouth, then boy, then that proves my point. But for this game, I think Arsenal will keep another clean sheet. I'm going to go for 3-0 to the Gunners. I'm going to go 3-0. The goal scorers for me has got to be Martin Odegaard. Who else? Martin Odegaard twice, and also William Saliba. Those are going to be the goal scorers for that game tomorrow. I'm not sure if Martin Odegaard is injured. I don't think he is. But yeah, I think Martin Odegaard will score, and I think William Saliba will score. So yeah, those going to be the goal scorers for that game tomorrow afternoon. 3 p.m. kickoff. And yeah, Arsenal are going to get that 3-0 win. They will bounce back, and I believe they would. If they lose, then boy, Arsenal's season could be a bit of a jeopardy, a bit of a downfall like it was last season. So yeah, 3-0 to Arsenal, going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. Right, we move on into the battle of the relegation zone. Everton against Luton Town. And both teams barely score much. So, yeah, for this game, I want to go for an Everton win because I think of the last two games they've improved it. I mean, that game against Brentford, I didn't expect them to beat them, especially at the DT Community Stadium, but they did 3-1. And they're also through to the forefront of the Carabao Cup. So it looks like Everton's starting to improve. Whereas for Luton Town, their season is just not that great. Still haven't got wins. They're already out of the Carabao Cup. So, yeah, it's not good for Luton Town. So, yeah, for this game, Everton have to win. They have to win. They need to get their first one of the season because their last game, they lost against their last home game, they lost against Arsenal. But for this game, surely they need to pick up 3 points because they know that Luton Town are going to be the worst team. And let's not forget, they're in 18th. Oh yeah, yeah. So if Everton win this game, then they could be potentially be better than last season because remember, like every game they're always in the relegation zone, and they always have to lie into the end of the game to stay safe. But if Everton can pick up if Everton's winning one continues, then I think management is not going to be under pressure because he is under pressure. But if he can keep up wins after wins after wins before the answer has a break, then I believe that Everton will be better than last season. So, yeah, so for this game, I think Luton Town will score because they did score in the last game, but I think Everton will win. I think they will win. So I'm going to go for 2-1 Everton win. And let's not forget, the Corey was absolutely fantastic at the game against Brentford. He had so many opportunities. He could have scored a hat trick, in the game against Brentford, but he was part of that winning team. And then, yeah, so I think he will score twice. For Luton Town, I'm not sure who their goal scorer be. Maybe Ross Barkley. Maybe that's the goal scorer for Luton Town. But for Everton, the two goal scorers for me has got to be sorry guys, Everton. So the Coy will score twice in that game tomorrow. So yeah, 2-1 to Everton. They beat Brentford, and I think they're going to beat Luton Town, especially at home. So I'm going to go for a. No, actually, no. I changed my mind. Let me go for 3-1. Yeah, let me go for 3-1 because that's what they did to Brentford, and I feel like they're going to do that same thing for Luton Town. So yeah, let me go for 3-1. I changed my mind. So yeah, 3-1 to Everton is going to be my final prediction. So there we go. All right. The next one is West Ham, Manchester United versus Crystal Palace. Now, here's the interesting thing. 2 days ago, 3 days ago, these two were facing each other in the Carabao Cup, and that ended 3-0. I have to tell you, Crystal Palace were all over the place at Old Trafford. You know, I think they were lucky not to concede more than that because Man United got absolutely peppered. I have to tell you, yeah, I think the partnership of Amrabat and Casemiro works because Amrabat scored and Casemiro scored. And that's how they won that game because of those two partnerships. So I think if Everton Hag can go for the same pivot for the game against Crystal Palace, then I think they'll win, you know. And plus, these games are Old Trafford, so yeah, I feel like since Manchester United beat Crystal Palace 3-0, I think I have to go for the same thing, you know, because Crystal Palace is good away from home, but going to Old Trafford, you know, like I said, it's only Brighton that beat are the only team that can go to Old Trafford and beat them. You know, no other team can do that except for Brighton. So for this game tomorrow, I'm going to go for the same thing. Or should I go for? No, I think Crystal Palace will score, but yeah, I'm going to go for a 3-1 Manchester United win. I'm going to go for 3-1 because I think Crystal Palace will score the likes of, or do I think those nothing Man United will keep it. Yeah, you know what? Sorry. Yeah, I don't think Crystal Palace will score. The goal scorers for me that is in this game is going to be Bruno Fernandes, Casemiro, and Rashford Højlund. Those are going to be the three goal scorers for that game tomorrow. So yeah, Man United beat Burnley. So can they get back-to-back wins for the first time this season? I think they will. So yeah, 3-0 to Manchester United is going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow afternoon. Since this game is at Old Trafford. If this game was at Selhurst Park, then maybe I would have gone for a draw. But this game's at Old Trafford. Not it's a difficult place to go for Crystal Palace, so I think Man United will get that 3-0 win against Palace. So yeah, so that is my prediction for that game tomorrow. Next, we move on into Newcastle United against Burnley. And like I said before, Newcastle are the only team in Premier League history to score eight, to put eight past the opposition, and to have eight different goal scorers. Now, like I said before, that could have happened to Chelsea when we beat Villa 8-0, except that player missed that penalty. I forgot who it was, but we could have been the first team in Premier League history to have eight different scorers for that game. But Newcastle did it, so they broke that record. So there we go. So Newcastle are part of the team that puts eight or nine past them. So yeah, welcome Newcastle. For Burnley, still haven't got a win. Still haven't got the win. And of course, in that game against Man United, they had bare chances. Like they could have they could have beaten Man United and they could have got their first one of the season. But I knew that would not happen because I predicted one in Man United because it's not going to be an easy game for them. And I got it absolutely spot on. So Burnley, I'm not sure why they're not doing one of Vincent Company this season. I'm not sure where they're going to get their next win from. But yeah, you going to St James Park ain't that easy. It ain't that easy. So for this game, I think Newcastle. I don't think they'll put eight past Burnley, but I think they will like score like maybe three or plus more. So for this game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for a I'm going to go. I think Burnley will score, but I think I'm going to go for a Newcastle United win of 3-1. That's going to be my prediction. So yeah, Newcastle United win 3-1. The goal scorers for me has got to be Anthony Gordon, um, Alexander Isak, and Callum Wilson. You know, the front three will score for that game, the game against Burnley. And the Burnley goal scorer for me, maybe I'm going to go for I'm not quite sure. But yeah, Burnley will score, but I see them getting another loss. So and I also see a stat here that says those three teams, Burnley, Sheffield United, and Luton Town, they are the teams last season to be in the Premier League, but so far they're in the bottom and they haven't got any wins. So yeah, the newly promoted teams, I would have thought that probably I thought Burnley would do well this season, maybe the likes of Sheffield United, not for Luton Town. But the fact that these three are in the bottom, they were in the relegation zone and still haven't got any wins, honestly, it's just absolutely shocking. But that's why I love the Premier League. But yeah, I'm not sure where Burnley are going to get their next win from. So for this game tomorrow, I'm gonna go for Newcastle United to win a 3-1 against Burnley. So yeah, going to St James Park game that easy. Newcastle also through to the next round after they beat Manchester City in the third round. So yeah, I think Newcastle will get another win. It's going to be a good weekend for them. So yeah, Newcastle are going to get that 3-1 win against Burnley. So there we go. All right, we move on into another newly promoted team, and that is West Ham United against Sheffield United. Of course, West Ham United lost 3-1 against Liverpool, but Sheffield United they lost 8-0 against Newcastle. So yeah, this game for Sheffield United, I think they will. I think they will. I don't think they'll get another 8-0, but I see them losing another game because going to another stadium ain't that easy. It ain't that easy. When Manchester City went there, they were 1-0 down, but they won 3-1. When Chelsea went there, they've lost. Like the other teams do go to West Ham and win, but some teams don't go there and win. So for this game for Sheffield United, it's going to be very, very difficult for them because the likes of Mohamed Kunders, James Ward-Prowse, Antonio, Jared Bowen, all of these players, it's going to be difficult for Sheffield United to beat them. So I think they will score, but I see another 3-1. So yeah, the West Ham goal scorers for me is going to be James Ward-Prowse, Mikel Antonio, and Jared Bowen. Those are going to be the goal scorers for that game tomorrow at the London Stadium. You can see there's so many 3 p.m. kickoff and not even a Super Sunday at 4:30 p.m. kickoff, which I don't get. So yeah, there we go. So West Ham so the Hammers are gonna get that 3-1 win against the Blades. So yeah, there we go. So 3-1 to West Ham United is gonna be my prediction for that game tomorrow. Then the final 3 p.m. kickoff is going to be Wolverhampton Wanderers against Manchester City. Now I have to tell you, Man City without Rodri, boy oh boy, it's not the same Manchester City as it was before because that game against Nottingham Forest, yeah, I think the first half Manchester City were all over Nottingham Forest, but after that Rodri got sent off, you can see their performance just changed, and they were allowed Nottingham Forest to win, not supposed to perform better. I listen, Manchester City still win, but without Rodri and without John Stones, who's going to be the defensive midfielder for Manchester City? Who? So this could be a huge problem for them. But for this game, Manchester City, even though they're still without Kevin De Bruyne and all that stuff, I feel like they will bounce back because Pep Guardiola was fuming, yeah, fuming after his team got knocked out of the Carabao Cup against Newcastle. So I think they will bounce back. For this game, I see the same thing in the West Ham where I think Wolves will be 1-0 up for the whole 45 minutes of the first half. But Manchester City will make changes. They will dominate in the second half and they will win. So for this game tomorrow at Molineux, which is a difficult place to go to, but many teams do go there and win, I'm going to go for a 3-1 Manchester City win. Even though they haven't got Rodri, they still got better players than Wolverhampton Wanderers. And the worst scores for me is going to be Wild Gimmon. No, not Wild Gimmon, sorry. But probably Adama Traore for Wolves. And but for Manchester City goal scorers, I've got to give Erling Haaland to score maybe twice or maybe a hat trick, and also Phil Foden. So those are going to be the goals for that game tomorrow. And I think that deserves a red card because yes, he didn't mean to do that. When you do, but when you like grab somebody's neck and fall down and push them into the ground, you know in serious trouble. And I think Rodri let his team down because he wasn't available for the Newcastle game. He's not going to be available for that game tomorrow. And most importantly, then Manchester City's next game against Arsenal, and he's going to be available. So, yeah, if what you haven't done that, then I think Manchester City will be through to the Carabao Cup, and they will definitely beat Arsenal. But yeah, Rodri laid his team down. He really did. But listen, Man City will bounce back. Their quadruple, their chance of winning the quadruple is over. So thank you to Newcastle. I know that many Manchester City, no, Man United fans will be happy for that one. But yeah, Manchester City will bounce back. They will get that 3-1 win, and they will remain unbeaten in the Premier League up and maybe up until the Arsenal game, which I'm looking forward to. And that's going to be next weekend. So there we go. So yeah, 3-1 to Manchester City is going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. And then we move on into the game of the weekend, the big game. It is Tottenham Hotspur versus Liverpool at White Hart Lane. Now, of course, both teams are unbeaten, but Liverpool are in second place because they've only drawn once, and that was the beginning. That was their opening game against Chelsea. After that, they were main unbeaten, 17 games unbeaten. But the thing is about Liverpool is that why is it, yeah, they always go 1-0 down, but they managed to score 3 goals. I feel like this is like the fifth game in the world that happened because look at this. Leicester 3 days ago, sorry, 2 days ago, Leicester were 1-0 up, but Liverpool beat them put three past them. The same thing for West Ham. The same thing for LASK. The same thing for Wolves, um, Bournemouth as well. They always go and Liverpool and Newcastle as well. Yeah, this is one. So this is one, two, three, four, five, six. Not in a row, but 6 times they always go down and manage to get a win, which is good for Liverpool. It's like Liverpool winning is good, but always going 1-0 down is always frustrating. So yeah, but the thing is for Tottenham, they know if they're gonna go up, Liverpool most likely to win. But the reason why I think that Tottenham will win is because this game is at White Hart Lane. I know that Tottenham never beat Liverpool in the Premier League since 2017 or 18, but Ange Postecoglou is doing absolutely brilliant. And like I said, he's not playing fossil football. He's not playing dead football. He's going out attacking, not parking a bus, always cause a threat. And let me tell you, James Madison is absolutely cooking so far this season. 6 goals contributions in 6 games, 2 goals and 4 assists. He could be the signing of the summer. I'm not sure why Chelsea didn't go for him, or maybe or likes of Arsenal. When he came to Tottenham, I was thinking, nah, he made the one decision. But you know what? He proves me wrong, and he put the white fans wrong. So he could be the summer sign of the season. So for this game, I wanted to go for a 2-2 draw, but I thought to myself, it's going to be a 2-1 Tottenham win. That's what I'm thinking because I think Tottenham will go up, but I don't think they'll allow Liverpool to score 3 goals. I don't think it will happen. And let's not forget, when Tottenham faced Man United, they beat them 2-0. By them as I feel like Liverpool will be good in the first half, but in the second half, I think Tottenham will wake up, they will play better, and they'll probably win. So for this game, I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw, but I'm going to go for 2-1 because I don't think that Tottenham will keep a clean sheet because Liverpool has not they scored so many goals so far this season, and and of course Tottenham are looking to become the first team here to end Liverpool's unbeaten record and not allow them to score. So let's see if Tottenham can do that. So that's a big question. Can Tottenham um end Liverpool's unbeaten one? And if they do, and check this out, if um if Liverpool win, then there will be then there will be 5 points clear of Tottenham. But if Tottenham win, that means they'll be above they'll be above Liverpool. So yeah, this game is going to be very interesting. And look at this, the title race is on. It's still going on. The likes of Liverpool, Brighton, 15 points, Tottenham 14, Arsenal 14, Villa 12, West Ham 10. For me, the title race team for me so far, as I'm recording this, is Liverpool, Brighton, Tottenham, and Arsenal. I don't think Villa are in it, and I don't think West Ham are in it as well. So there we go. So yeah, this title is going to be very interesting. And like I said before, that is going to be the that is going to be the game that I'll be doing a live watching on. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. It's going to be a massive game. Game of the weekend. Looking forward to it. Big game. Tottenham against Liverpool, White Hart Lane. And my prediction is going to be 2-1 to Tottenham Hotspur for that one. They're going to get a big win, just like they did against Man United. And Ange Postecoglou could be the the man of the season if he can improve Tottenham last season. I don't think Tottenham will win a trophy, but if he can get Tottenham from ninth to like in the top four, or maybe perhaps win the title race, then he could be the man to the season if he can keep the start. So Antoine Coquelin is doing well for Tottenham. He's cooking and he's playing, making them play better football, much better football. So yeah, my prediction for that game tomorrow is going to be Nottingham Forest, 2-1 to Tottenham in a big game. So there we go. So that's going to be my prediction for that game tomorrow. And then we move on into Sunday, and we've already got and the only Sunday we've got is Nottingham Forest against Brentford because, like I said, there's so many people in picks off, and I think that tournament Liverpool game should be at 4:30 p.m. But there's none. There is none. So there we go. So the only Sunday we've got is Nottingham Forest against Brentford. Now, of course, Brentford of the last couple of games haven't been looking that great. They're out of the Carabao Cup. They lost against Everton, and also they're in 13th place, at 1 point above Chelsea. So Brentford's season isn't looking good under Thomas Frank. And also, yeah, they've lost against Newcastle as well. They've drawn against Bournemouth. They've drawn against Brentford. So let me tell you something. Yeah, Brentford's only win in the Premier League was in the West London derby when they beat them 3-0. So yeah, things are not looking good for Brentford under Thomas Frank. So yeah, I expected them to be close to like in the Europe, but the fact they're in 30th place right now is not looking good. And I feel like there's gonna be, and I feel like this game, I feel like this is gonna be a draw. But I'm really not quite sure, because Brentford away from home isn't that great. It really isn't that great. So yeah, when these teams faced each other last season, I think it was 3-1 to Nottingham Forest, something like that. Let me just have a look. Let me just have a look. Give me just a second, guys. Nope. Yeah, yeah, it was 2-1 to, but what was it? Give me just a second, guys, while I'm trying to look for head to head. What was what was the fixture last season at the ground? Uh, okay, it was 2-2 draw. Interesting. Yeah, I was thinking like a draw. Um, yeah, since these two faced each other last season ended in 2-2, I think I have to go for the same thing. I think I have to go for 2-2 um because yeah, like I said, Brentford away from home is sometimes good, but it's not like great like last season where they beat teams like Liverpool, Chelsea, all of that stuff. So yeah, I'm mad to go for a 2-2 draw again. I think Brentford would be 2-0 up in half time, and I see Nottingham Forest making a comeback to make it a 2-2 draw. So that's why, yeah, since both of them won drawn 2-2 last season, I have to go for Desmond 2-2. So yeah, the goal scorers for Brentford is going to be Wissa and Ubemu. For Nottingham Forest, I have to go for Hawaii to score twice. Hawaii to score. No, Connor Hudson-Odoi and Hawaii to score to score for Nottingham Forest. So those are going to be the two goal scorers for that game tomorrow. So yeah, sorry, on Sunday. So Nottingham Forest 2, Brentford 2 is going to be my prediction. Looking forward to that one. Like I said, that's the only Sunday we've got. So that's the only Super Sunday. So yeah, and like I said before, there's no 4:30 kick off. I'm not sure why. But yeah, that's the only Sunday. So there we go. And then we move on into a West London derby, Fulham against Chelsea Monday night. Now, Chelsea had never been to a Monday night football ever, so this is the first time in a while that we've ever been to a Monday night one. And yeah, we're up against Fulham. Now, we're not going to talk about this too much, but all I can tell you is that Chelsea beat Brighton 1-0 in the Carabao Cup, which I'm shocked about. Now, the big question is, since we beat Brighton, the reason why we beat Brighton because he managed to put players in the right position. The only fact that Kukurea playing as right back really surprised me, but he looked good in the second half. So yeah. And the likes of Cole Palmer in the 10, Matson on the white, Leslie Kuchuka and Caicedo, the two pivots, dropping off Conor Gallagher. You see the difference that makes. Yes, the first half we were poor, but the second half much better. Yeah, much better. So this one I'm telling you guys, if I see Pochettino putting players in the right position, then I'm not going to be too confident, but I might be slightly saying to myself, you know, there's a chance we could win, you know, because he's putting players in the right position. But before I give my prediction, I'd like to say, once again, another injury, Ben Chilwell hamstring injury. I mean, why I say that is like why I say that every season is always Ben Chilwell and Reece James. Like they're always injury prone. If we're not careful, I'm likely to see both of them leaving Chelsea Football Club next season because I don't expect that to happen. But these two are injury prone every single time. Every single time these two are best players and they always get injured. So this is not good, you know. It really isn't that good. So hamstring injuries not looking good, like Pochettino said. Honestly, I'm just worried, man. I really, really am worried. So yeah, that's why we're in this mess, and that's why this medical team needs to get sacked. And we need to get like a proper medical team because having like 10 or 11 injuries so far this season is not good enough. It really isn't good enough. But the great news is that Conor Mega is back, and Manager Borja is back, and Caicedo is also back. So that's a good thing. But yeah, Ben Chilwell, slowly looking good, slowly good for him. So the big question is, who's going to be a left back? Tell me. I hope he puts Ian Max in there and not Lewa Colwood because that's the only left back we have, you know. So there we go. So yeah, that's the information I have to give you guys. So yeah, it's not looking good for me as a Chelsea fan. It really isn't. For this game, I want to go for a Chelsea win, but I don't want to be overly confident. So for this game, Fulham are not that great as well. They really is. They really aren't. And looking at the table, yeah. Um, Let me just have a look. Looking at the table, Fulham are 3 points ahead of Chelsea. So yeah, if Fulham win, um, in, and just imagine if Chelsea lose that game, if we imagine if Everton lose and Bournemouth win their game, we'll be in 17. So we need to make sure this has to be a must-win game because you cannot keep dropping further down below the table. So if Chelsea win today, we could be like 6 points behind the top six. So yeah, we need to win this game. But do I see that happening? No. So for this game on a Monday night, as I'm calling this right now, I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw because I expect this game to be good, but a little bit of a boring if you want me to be honest with you. So yeah, I'm gonna go for 1-1 draw. So yeah, there we go. So if I see Pochettino putting a really good lineup and making some good substitution, then I think we'll win. But if not, it's either gonna be I don't see us winning. I see Fulham getting that 2-1 victory. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, 1-1 draw between Chelsea and Fulham. It's going to be my prediction for that game on a Monday night. So there we go. And then on Tuesday, during the Champions League, we've got Luton Town against Burnley, and that game has got a rematch because earlier in the season, that game had to be cancelled because they had to fix Luton Town's old stadium, which they have done. So there we go. So yeah, Luton Town and Burnley. Now, of course, I'm not going to take that one. I'm going to be saving that one probably on a Tuesday. On a Tuesday, where I'm going to go for my predictions and give you guys my prediction for that game. So I'll be saving that one for Tuesday. So make sure you stay tuned for that one. All right, guys. So that is all my predictions. Let me go through them one more time. So Saturday's games. First of all, at lunchtime, I've gone for a Villa 2-1 win against the Seagulls. Then I've gone. Then the next. Then we've got a 3 p.m. kickoff. So the first one, I've gone for 3-0 win to the Gunners against the Cherries. Then I've gone for a 3-1 win for the Toffees against the Luton Town. Then I've gone for a Wet Devils 3-1, 3-0 win against another Seagulls, Crystal Palace. Then I've gone for a Georgie 2 Newcastle United 3-1 win against the Cowards, Burnley. Then I've gone for a West Ham United 3-1 win, Hammers against the Blade Sheffield United. Then I've gone for the Citizens 3-1 win against Wolverhampton Wanderers, all Wolves for short. That's the final 3 p.m. kickoff. Then I've gone for a Spurs 2-1 win against the West and a huge and a big game in for the game week 7 and for the Premier League. That's the live watching I'll be doing. So make sure you guys tune into that one. Then on Sunday, the only game I've gone for Desmond to draw between Forest and Brentford. Then the final one, for the West London Derby, I've gone for a Fulham Cottages 1-1 draw against the Blues Chelsea Football Club. So yeah, so that is it, guys. That is all the Premier predictions for game week number 7. So let me know in the comments down below which you feel disagree with any of my predictions. And yeah, what's your predictions? I would like to know. I'd like to hear from you. What's your predictions in the comments down below? And as always, if I see like you guys give like a Wolves win or maybe like a Bournemouth win or maybe like a Liverpool win, I'll be telling you guys why you're going for those predictions. And if you can give me like a reasonable answer, then I might agree with you and maybe I'm gonna change it as well, which I don't like to do. But yeah, so if you guys can leave your comments for your predictions, then that would be great. So yeah, guys, I hope you have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget if you are new, please subscribe button below. Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video. Make sure you smash a like, subscribe, bell notifications, share button because I'm on 201 subscribers right now. So thank you to those of you that have subscribed. Make sure you click on liking, subscribing because I want to get at least 300 subscribers before my birthday or before this year is over. So if you guys can do that for me, then that would be great. So big up you guys, and you guys can only be the people that can enjoy my weekend. And before I go anywhere, there's two things I want to mention. First of all, this weekend or on Sunday, the FA Women's Super League is back, and I'm so excited to be back. After that, after like a month of rest, after that World Cup, the FA Women's Super League is back, and Chelsea. What a way to start for Chelsea. They're at Stamford Bridge, and they'll be facing Tottenham Hotspur, the London Derby. So two London derbies for both the men and women. Chelsea Tottenham at Stamford Bridge, Fulham Chelsea at the West London Derby. So I'm looking forward to that one. Of course, the only game I'll be looking forward to and enjoying is the Chelsea women because I'm super happy to see them back, and yeah, let's hope we can win the league for another time. And let's hope. And my expectation for the Chelsea women is to challenge for the league or maybe perhaps win it. Let's hope we can win the Carabao Cup or the League Cup this time or the Conti Cup this time. The FA Cup. Let's hope we can win it for the Champions League at least. Let's try and make ourselves be in the final. I'm not saying that we will win it, but let's hope we can get through. Let's hope we can be first in the group stages, do well in the quarterfinals, the semi-finals, and my target is to get at least the final. And let's see who we face. So that's my expectation for Chelsea this season. And finally, a massive well done to Millie Bright. She's the new captain, and that's well deserved. Because she's one of the best defenders out there for Chelsea Football Club and for her country, England. So well done to Millie Bright. She absolutely deserves it. Of course, let's hope she doesn't get injured like she does last season. But I don't think Millie Bright is injury prone. She's only injured once with Chelsea. That was last season. Um, you know, um, and yeah, so I think she deserves it. Let's hope she doesn't get injured, unlike Reece James, which I think I'd rather give it to Thiago Silva than to Reece James because Thiago Silva has been injured, but not quite a lot. It's only been Reece James and Ben Chilwell every single season. So I think Chelsea giving it to Reece James, I feel like it was right, but I was concerned like if Reece James going to be stay fit, which that proves that didn't happen. So yeah, but well done to Billy White. Congratulations to her, and let's see if she can, be the captain like every single Chelsea fan wants us to be. Let's hope she can like defend well. Tell the players to like to do well, defend, to score. Let's see if she can be that leader. If she can, then yeah, right decision by the manager or like the owners and all of that stuff. So well done to Minnie Bright and massive congratulations to her. All right, guys. So that's it for this video. As always, look after yourself. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll catch you guys later for another video. In a big people. Peace.